As always, it is a very warm welcome back to another match day. Today we are here at the Bio Group Stadium as we take on Leyton Orient, as the Saddlers look to end their away day woes with their first win on the road so far this season. We're going to be going up against Leyton Orient, who are currently occupying one of the playoff spots in League Two. They've had a very good start to the season, but despite winning the 4 games, they are still one of the better teams in this division to date after 11 games. We're going to be hearing from head coach Matt Taylor about what he has to say about today's opponents, as well as hearing the same thoughts from captain Josh Labadie. We're going to be joined by defender Ash Taylor as well, who gives us his dream five-a-side team. And let me just say, there are a few bigger household names in there than there were in striker George Miller's the last time out. So first up, we are going to hear from the head coach about what he has to say about today's opponent. And moving on to Leyton Orient now at the weekend, what are you expecting from them? They've started the season brightly. You'd be expecting, like we always say, another tough game.
A very capable team with an extremely experienced manager who has a clear philosophy of how that football club is going to play. They've played 1 or 2 varying systems, but they don't hugely change the personnel. I think they're quite settled as a squad. They seem a very solid team. It's going to be a really difficult game because they don't concede a huge amount of goals. They're a threat at restarts, they're a threat at set plays. They've got some extremely talented players for this level of football, and they're backed by a very good crowd. So we've got to go away from home and really have the full focus on us and back ourselves to go and put a performance in. We know that in each game that we play, we'll create bucket loads of chances. The difference, and I think that what you'll see on Saturday, is if we take those chances, we've got the best opportunity of getting a good result. If we don't, then it'll be a difficult afternoon for us.
You mentioned them being backed by a healthy crowd. When we went away to Exeter, it was a bit of a hostile atmosphere with that big stand behind the goal. But your team seemed to soak that up and they seem to enjoy that occasion. You'd be looking for them to do exactly the same again while still focusing on themselves this weekend.
Of course, you've got to deal with the pressure that the opposition fans will give you. I think these players quite enjoy that. I would say that to the neutral will be an underdog going into the fixture, which is a great position for us to be in because nobody expects us to get anything from the game other than at the training ground and within our football club. But yeah, the players are learning to deal with those pressures better, I think. Still far more to come from each and every member of the playing staff in that respect. But it's going to come down to those big decisions in games. Who's going to handle them better? Is it going to be our players or is it going to be Leyton Orient's players? I mean, I look at our players and I talk about it a lot. We spend a lot of time on the grass trying to recreate scenarios that they will come up against in a match-like situation, and we've done that. But it is very difficult to recreate the hostile atmosphere that I'm sure will be Saturday. I mean, I think they're extremely lucky to be able to play in the game. I wish I was still able to play because it will be a fantastic atmosphere. And as I say, the pressure is on us to deliver a performance that's consistent away from home for 95 minutes. Do that, we've got a great chance of winning the game.
So that was an exclusive clip from our pre-match press conference with head coach Matt Taylor ahead of this afternoon's 3 o'clock kickoff. Next up, we are going to hear from captain Josh Labadie, and this is what he had to say about today's game. And what are you expecting from this weekend's opposition, Leyton Orient?
Got a good manager in place, so they'll be organised. Got some good players, played against them a few times over the years, and we're going to need to make sure that we're at it to get something from the game.
And the head coach has mentioned to myself, he's going to be going there looking to do something we haven't done so far this season. That's win a game away from home. But the team, like I say, will be confident of hopefully doing that this weekend.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't even know we've not won away from home. It's not something I look into, but I'm confident we can go to any away ground in this league and pick up 3 points. So yeah, it'll be no different. That'll be exactly what we're trying to do.
And hopefully going to be backed by 400 plus Walsall fans in a hostile Leyton Orient atmosphere. What's it been like for you as a team, knowing that you're constantly backed by a very good away following?
Fans have been unbelievable this year. every away game they've travelled in their numbers, and they've been the 12th man effectively for us. So we can't thank them enough, and we're looking forward to seeing them the weekend.
So there we have it. That is our build-up to today's match, covered by head coach Matt Taylor and our captain Josh Laverty. Next up, we are going to hear from defender Ash Taylor, who's currently out with an injury. So what better chance for us to catch up with him and get his dream five-a-side team? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Ash, you're next up for the dream five-a-side team. We'll start with your goalkeeper and why you've chosen him.
I think mine's pretty strong, to be fair. I'll go with Manuel Neuer, because he can come out and play a bit if he wanted to. He's been at the top of the game for many years now, and he shows in his game that he can come out and play when he fancies it, so I'll have him involved.
Next up is your defender and why?
I thought about this. I had a couple of chats with some of the boys about it. I'm going with Ashley Cole, for the reason being he's very mobile, he loves a tackle, he's comfortable on the ball, he's quick, probably been the best left back in the Premier League and probably the world when he played, so go with Ashley Cole.
Your first midfielder?
Zinedine Zidane, clearly because he's probably the best midfielder that's probably played the game. The career he's had as well, and he's my favourite player. For when I was younger, I used to be a centre midfield player, and he was just a joy to watch.
And then your second midfielder to partner him?
Gonna go with Ronaldinho, simply because with the ball, five-a-side as well. You know, you're not going to get the ball off him. He's going to be megging boys up, and he's just unbelievable on the ball, and he's going to add goals to it as well, and a bit of flair. And
to finish that side off, who's your striker?
Has to be Messi, doesn't it? Goals, skill, everything. Like, just clearly everything in the game, and especially five-a-sides, with linking up with Ronaldinho again and Zinedine Zidane. It's a dream, isn't it?
So that is it for our pre-match show. Once again, we would like to thank you all for joining us, and to those who have travelled down to support the lads at Leyton Orient, we'd like to thank you once again, and we hope you have a fantastic afternoon. As always, there's one thing left to say, and that's come on you Saddlers.